Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, and let me just say happy tax season. Happy tax season. It's almost time to get those tax refunds. Hey, I'm excited. All right, y'all. So I want to come to y'all because I did not come to y'all Wednesday and I have been slacking, but it's January. Happy New Year. And I wanted to talk about when the IRS is going to start accepting tax returns because you know the purpose of Tax Talk with Gwen. So let me welcome you to Tax Talk with Gwen. Is so that I can make sure I keep you informed on what is going on in the tax industry. And we have so many people giving out their wrong information, especially these tax pros. They just keep giving out all this wrong information. And so I want to make sure that those who trust me hear from me exactly when the IRS will start accepting tax returns. So, for one, I don't know. I don't know when they're going to start accepting tax returns. Now, we go through this every single year. The IRS has an official start date that they announce that they will start accepting tax returns nationwide. So that means everybody in the United States can start submitting their tax returns to the IRS. It's just January the 2nd. They do not usually announce a date this early. They usually might announce the date maybe towards the end of next week or either beginning of the week after that, but they usually do not start announcing dates this early. Now, it's always talk in the tax streets. So the date that people are actually putting out, that is an estimated date, meaning they think or it's being said possibly that January the 26th is the date that they will start accepting tax returns. But guess what? We don't know yet because they have not announced the official date. Now, a thing that I do know is a lot of you all are seeing a lot of tax pros talking about submitting returns. Now, again, we can't send any returns to the IRS. Nobody in the whole world can send a tax return to the IRS today or next week. What is being done starting today is cash advances open. So that means if you're self-employed and you already know your numbers, say you drove DoorDash all year and you can pull the report to show what you made, what you wrote, what your expenses are, and that's all you had. Or if you are organized self-employed person that knows their income and their expenses, could just print out their report or be able to provide the information. Then if you are interested in a cash advance, then most tax companies are offering cash advances. And what a cash advance is you applying for pretty much a loan, but it's called a cash advance off your tax refund, and the advance is paid back when the IRS actually deposits your tax refund. So that's what can be done today, cash advances. Now, you do need to know if you go apply for a cash advance, it's kind of like you already filing your tax return because the banks lock the return, meaning you will submit your information to the bank. Okay, the bank will approve it and the software company will hold it until the IRS actually start accepting tax returns. And so what that means is if your tax return, you go and do an advance, you will be one of the first people to go off to the IRS as far as being submitted. Not because we can submit returns today, but because your return is locked in. Those are the first returns to go out to the IRS when the IRS open. And if you've been doing taxes for years, you also know that even though the IRS has an official start date, we as tax pros have a testing time prior to the official start date that we can start sending returns, and the IRS might start accepting returns. So It's a lot to it, but what you really need to know from this particular video is that the IRS is not open and they're not accepting any returns today. The only thing you can do is do a cash advance. And don't rush to go do a cash advance if you do not have all your information, because your return will lock and that return will go to the IRS eventually. And if it goes to the IRS and you're missing tax documentation, the word on the street is that the IRS is going to be flagging more people. Good morning, Eric. It's going to be flagging more people, even more people this year when it comes to mismatched information or missing documents. So my advice to you all, even though I know a lot of y'all need the cash advance, I understand that. If you can go get it and you got all your stuff, then come get one, or go wherever you're going to go get one. But my advice to you is to wait until you have all of your documentation. Do not try to do a cash advance without your documentation. So you have to have your W-2s, you have to have your 1099s. A lot of people that's going to be doing the cash advances right now, especially today, over the weekend, and going into next week, will be a lot of self-employed people, because we know a lot of people have not given out the W-2s or 1099s. And y'all got to know they have until January 31st to actually get those things out. So y'all just be careful. And I know a lot of y'all go get the advance, and then you be thinking your return has been submitted, and you thinking it's taking forever for you to get your refund. Like, you can't, if you go do an advance today, you can't go on where's my refund looking for your information. It's not gonna be there. It's not gonna be there at all. So and also for my people who have dependents, and I'm not gonna just say people who have dependents, people who, good morning, Teresa, people who have the earned income tax credit and the additional child tax credit, the PATH Act is still in effect. Meaning, if you don't know what the PATH Act is, that is where the IRS and Congress had put a law into place years ago, where if you have earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit on your taxes, on your tax return, then your tax return cannot be processed until after February the 15th. That is still in effect. So it doesn't matter when you file. If you have those credits on your taxes, it's just like every other year for the last, I want to say, almost 10 years. You cannot get your refund until after February the 15th. So it's January the 2nd. I just want to make sure that, I'm coming to you all before you see all kinds of craziness over the weekend. Y'all need to always keep in mind we are tax pros. People are in business to get clients. And ultimately, a lot of people are going to say some things that are not true. Some things might be true, but they might not be telling you everything to go with it. So make sure y'all be cautious going into this new tax season. And so I'm back with Tax Talk with Gwen. I'm accepting new clients. So if you're looking for a new tax pro, I do taxes nationwide. You can go to my website and submit your information at www.xperttaxservices.com. If you're in the area with one of my locations, you can reach out to us and schedule an appointment with me. And I do take walk-ins. So my offices won't officially open for physical clients until Monday, which is January the 5th. Today we will be taking submissions for cash advances. So if you do have your information and you are prepared, you can submit your information at the website. And I just hope everybody get the refunds that they're looking for. If it's anything that y'all want me to talk about in specific, then definitely reach out to me and drop in my inbox or Xpert Tax Service inbox a topic. And if I have any expertise in it, then I'll let you know. Make sure if you're watching a replay, drop replay in the comments. If you're a business owner, you know I love business owners, so make sure you mark it in the comments and drop your website, drop your social media pages, whatever it is, drop where you from. It's a new year. I hope everybody have a prosperous year. And remember, the IRS has not announced the date yet at all, okay? Have not. You can go get a cash advance, and that's about it. I'll talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.